Hello, and welcome to part 3 of our Reader Rob unboxing. In part 1, we saw a couple of awesome vintage style baseball caps and a Barry Bonds baseball. In part 2, we went through the first stack of cards and uncovered lots of goodies, including a couple of pretty awesome rookie cards. And here in part 3, we'll go through our second stack of cards. Thanks again to Rob for this opportunity and the eye candy to share with everyone. So we'll start here at the top. And, yes, look at there, Hall of Famer, Johnny Bench, 1983 Flair, right off the bat. Alright, who we got here? Is it Rob and Ventura, maybe? No, Ron Carcabice. I saw the R in the White Sox. I guess I could have looked at the player and known it wasn't Ventura, but hey, pretty cool looking card. I'm not sure what that is. Good guys wear black. This is the White Sox card, a Kodak White Sox card, 80 or 94 card. Ah, look at that, great 72 tops in Action Clemente. It's just, issued not long before he died in the plane accident that winter. Wow, home run leader is 1970 tops, and that's sweet. Willie McCovey, Hank Aaron, Lee May. What a great card. 45, 44, and 38 home runs. Big boppers there. 1960 tops, going way back. For Eddie Yost with the Detroit Tigers. Great looking card. Eddie looks pretty happy to be part of all this. Let's see what we got. Let's see the 1960 back. There's some season highlights for Yost. It says Iron Man Yost. Eddie once played in 829 straight games while on Washington. That's cool. I didn't know he was an Iron Man. Alright. Elio Chacon for the Mets. I'm not familiar with this card set. 20 years of New York Met baseball. 62 to 82. To figure out who made this one. Looks like there's a trivia question. Oh, RGI. So this is a René Galasso card. Alright, Jim McKee. Cliff Johnson. Some solid 80s stuff. There's a Barry Bonnell with a print mark or something. Gives it some character. Rick Cerrone. Jim Clancy. 84 Donruss. Buck Martinez. 85 Fleer. Dale Murray. Not to be confused with Bill Murray or Dale Murphy. Stump Merrill. Manager for the Yankees. An early Bernie Williams card there. 91 Upper Deck. Good looking card. And there he is. I suppose this would be considered a rookie card. Awesome. Steve Balboni. We had a Balboni card yesterday. There's another one. And another one. Wow. A trifecta here. 1970 tops. Tom Egan. And Bruce Bochy. Chuck Finley. 84 Fleer. Tim Foley. Doug DeCinces, now with Cardinals. Didn't see that too often, but the Tops did it sometimes. Johnny Ray with the Angels. Johnny Ray again. Wally World, Wally Joyner. Rob Murphy. 91 Tops. And Tony Pena. Luis Rivera. More Luis Rivera. 92 Tops. Jeff Reardon, 92 Tops. Jim Leyland with the Pirates. I remember this card when it was new. Maybe not this particular one, but Tony Pena with his gear all hung over a couple of bats there with the Pirates. Johnny Ray. Poor old Johnny Ray. Lee Lacy, Mike Easler, Richie Hebner, Andy Van Slyke. 1970 Tops, Darrell Cheney, 2 of them for my Reds. And there. Card number 3. Get the cartoons. Nice. dandies, first baseman for my Reds. First guy I ever saw do anything on a baseball field. He was taking fielding practice. My first game at Riverfront in 1984. Some Reds here. Ron Oster, Tom Browning. And interestingly enough, Terry Kennedy was in that first game too. They were playing the Padres. Pip Roberts, Mark Grant. Alright, let's see what we got here. Mark Davis, Pip Roberts, Sean Abner, Pip Roberts. We got a run of Padres here. Carmelo Martinez had a home run in that game that I went to. Craig Lefferts, Gary Templeton, Pip Roberts, Chris Cannizzaro, 70 tops. Had a long minor league track record. Gary Templeton, Steve Garvey, NL Ironman. That's a nice 84 Fleer card that I just dropped. Still though, they didn't have a whole lot to say. I guess you didn't need to say a lot. He was the Iron Man. Gene Richards, Bruce Hurst, Biff Roberts. There's Bobby Valentine, Sans Disguise. Gino Petralli, more Bobby. John Matlack. Always looked a little mischievous on his cards. Gary Pettis, Jim Sundberg, Pina Cavilla, Jeff Russell, Kenny Rogers, more Bobby Valentine, Wild Thing Mitch Williams, more Inky, Pete O'Brien, who was pretty good power hitting first baseman for the Rangers there in the 80s. Jeff Russell, Mark Langston, an ace that you don't hear much about these days. Didn't make it to Hall of Fame levels. Miguel Delaney, I guess Delaney, that's how I would pronounce it, but I don't remember ever hearing it pronounced for sure. Howie Reed, Mark Langston, the big cat, Andres Galarraga, with the Expos on a 91 Topps card, nice card. Delano DeShields, Brandon Smith, Dennis Martinez, Bob Rogers, Tim Wallach, Marquise Grissom. Some of these cards were, kind of hot rookie cards at the time. Marquise Grissom, I remember this card being in dealers' cases. Tim Wallach, Terry Francona, young Terry Francona there with the Expos. Al Oliver, Scoop, also with the Expos. Dave Martinez. Lots of managerial fodder here. 1970 Topps, Joe Coleman and Daryl Knowles for the Senators. Pretty awesome. You look at the cartoons there. Brady Anderson before he hulked out for that one season. Al Bunbury for the Orioles. Chico Salmon, 1970 Topps. I don't remember Chico. Dennis Martinez, Rich Dower, Ray Knight, Mike Boddicker. So a 20-game winner, probably in 84. That's what I'm thinking for the Orioles. Mike Devereaux, Brady Anderson, toting the lumber there. Brady Anderson, Steve Finley, Gary Renicky. Steve Finley. I remember these Orioles, a lot of these Orioles from that 83 championship team. There was Johnny Oates and Rick Dempsey, who was the 83 World Series MVP. Lots of good memories there. So we're seeing some lots of 70s cards here, 1970 in particular. Jeffrey Leonard, young Brett Boone. That's, what is that, a 91 Bowman, I think? Focus. Hit 91. Okay. Mike Jackson, Tino Martinez, Mortino. Oh no, that's not Tino. That's Jay Buhner. Alvin Davis. So the Mariners had some stars before Ken Griffey Jr. showed up. Dave Valle, Valley, Steve Balboni, Teddy Higuera. Eddie Higuera, one really good pitcher there in the 80s. Tom Troublehorn, manager for the Brewers. Greg Vaughn, big slugger. Terry Francona for the Brewers. Kind of forgot he had played for the Brewers. And it's a 1990 Topps. 90 Fleer, 83 Fleer card of Mike Scioscia. That's a pretty cool card. I love the catcher's cards. And of course, 83 Fleer brought us these little headshots on the back of the card. Very innovative for the time. Willie Randolph with the Dodgers was another 1970 Topps. Jim Brewer. He looked like my childhood dentist, so I'm kind of scared of him. Kirk Gibson, Pedro Guerrero, Dusty Baker, Ron Cey, all these Dodgers greats, or very goods at least. Bill Russell, the late Steve Howe, had lots of troubles. Manny Mota, Fernando Valenzuela, looking to the sky. This was right at the end of his Dodgers run. Larry Boa with the Cubs. Manny Trio with the Cubs. Ron Cey with the Cubs. Jim Qualls with the Cubs, 1970 Topps. Don Kessinger, 1970 Topps All-Star card. That's pretty cool. And you get a big cartoon. Hit twice as many homers in 1969 as he had previously hit in his entire career. That's what we call a breakout. Johnny Callison, Rick Sutcliffe, Gary Matthews, Frank Viola, Kevin McReynolds sporting the mustache, going in disguise like Bobby V, Bob Ojeda, Sid Fernandez, Ed Lynch, Howard Johnson, Hojo, broke out of his hotel business for a little while to hit some home runs for the Mets. Ron Darling, Howard Johnson, K-Man David Cohn, Jeremy Burnitz. Those were pretty popular rookie cards for a while. Ellis Valentine, Howard Johnson, Darryl Boston with New York. It's odd. David Cohn again. Gary Maddox. 3/4 of the earth is covered by water. The rest is covered by Gary Maddox. Nick Leva. Vaughn Hayes. I love Vaughn Hayes. I always thought he looked like Yvonne Lindell, so who knows, I'm probably wrong. But speaking of Yvonne, there's Yvonne de Jesus. John Denny, 1983 Cy Young winner in the National League. For those Wheeze Kids Phillies, Terry Mulholland. Mike Lieberthal, young Mike Lieberthal. Max Alvis in the 1970 Topps card. Gary Boyd and Russ Nagelson for the Indians, 1970 Topps. Slugger Andre Thornton for the Indians. Pete O'Brien. John Hart as a manager. Oh, that looks odd. And then there's the Indians leaders, 1989 Topps. So lots of Julio Franco, some Joe Carter, Doug Jones, and Greg Swindell. Alright. Looks like we got one more little stack. Looks like I'm kind of dragging my feet here on this one. John Farrell. Seen lots of manager and front office types in these old cards. Andre Thornton again. Mike Hargrove. Grover. Larry Sorensen. Rick Dempsey, then with the Indians. Greg Swindell. Had all kinds of potential. Sort of a touted as like a left-handed Roger Clemens type. Didn't quite live up to that. Carlos Baerga. Corey Snyder. Slugger. Charles Nagy. Cesar Gutierrez for the Tigers in 1970 Topps. Get the cartoons. Chet Lemon. Great player for the Tigers. Probably has more of a Hall of Fame case than you might think. I don't think he'll make it, but really star player Doyle Alexander, who of course helped the Tigers win the 87 American League East. Frank Tanana. Tigers team from, 2004 or something like that. Or 2007. So I found that once you have children, the years just all kind of run together. Chet Lemon, Bobby Thigpen, who saved them like a million games in 91 or something like that. Gil Hopkins for the White Sox, 1970 Topps. We have to look at the cartoons. He holds a degree in biology. Richard Dotson, who was sort of the second in line behind Lamar Hoyt for those 83 White Sox who won the AL West. Jack McDowell, Black Jack. Floyd Bannister, really good pitcher for a lot of years. Mike Squires. Cards are stuck together. What do we got here? Something is hiding behind Mike Squires, and it's a 1983 Fleer Bob Horner. And there's an 87 Fleer Bob Horner with his 4 home runs in one game. Looking very John Daly there. Russ Nixon, Braves manager. Young Steve Avery and the banana border 91 Fleer. Donnie Moore, when he was a pitcher for the Braves, gave up that big home run to Dave Henderson in the 86 ALCS with the Angels. Wes Gardner, Jerry Remy, Rick Cerone, Mo Vaughn rookie card, not just rookie card, rated rookie. Jeff Reardon, Jody Reed, Carlos Quintana, Marty Barrett, who was a 86 postseason hero for the Red Sox, even though they didn't win the World Series. Tom Bolton for the Red Sox. Darrell Irvin, don't remember Darrell. Kevin Romine, Jeff Gray, Kevin Romine, Jody Reed, Marty Barrett, Mike Boddicker. Later on in his career, we saw an older card of him. Oops, Darrell Irvine. I wiped out another Mo Vaughn card. Jeff Reardon, Dwight Evans, Dewey, Spike Owen. There's Bo. The points of light going off there. 1990 highlight. 4 straight homers. Bo could do it all, right? Right. Gary Sheffield. Oh, young Sammy Sosa with the White Sox. The retro unis. Okay. Lou Whitaker. This will be a Hall of Fame card someday soon. I am confident of it. Lou Whitaker, 1989 Topps. Dana Keeker. More Dwight Evans, 89 Topps. Joe Hesketh. Mike Boddicker. And we wind up with a Gary Sheffield, who is another one who looks on paper to be a Hall of Famer, but it's found going pretty tough thanks to, PED stuff and kind of just general churlishness on his part. So there we have it, our second stack, our third and final video of the Reader Viewer Rob unboxing. It's been a ton of fun, and thanks one more time to Rob for making this possible. And just may hear more from Rob down the line. We will see. Thanks for watching, and take care.